Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here. Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's...
Oh, shit. We live? Hold on a second. Oh, well, hey, everyone. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. Sorry, we're a little late, technical glitches, but the show is going to be good as always. We got NBA starting today. There's so many other exciting things besides that. We got a big NHL slate. We got college football. We're going to talk about the Tuesday night games with Gorky, two very interesting games, Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. Both of them are very interesting. Kennesaw State, a very impressive team. They're a road favorite. And then I'm also looking here at friggin' the market moves for hockey, making sure I'm not on the wrong side of any kind of manipulation. In Denmark at 1 p.m., I did take Odense minus to win in regulation. It looks like that market is moving. I got even money. It's all the way up to like 130. It's minus 130 at some places, but if you have a slow moving book, I'm on that one. Odense to win in regulation in Denmark, in Denmark hockey. And then there's some other stuff as well a little bit later on. We're going to have a good show, though.
What else are you betting over there, Pete?
I'm sorry, what?
What else are you betting over there? What was that? Sudanese? What are you betting?
I don't know how to – I don't speak Denmark. So I don't know how you pronounce this. Odense Bulldogs. I know that word. I know the word bulldog. Sure. But I took them to win in regulation. Got even money, and I'm not sure where other books are. Let's see where where good old Caesars is right now. Let's see what Caesars is. I just want to check this one out. Yeah, Odense. Let me see. Let me just see where that line is at Caesars. Oh shit. Get the fuck! It's even money still at Caesars. Wow, look at that. I would recommend that. I mean, I don't think that this is the wrong side of manipulation right now. I would recommend that. Odense, Denmark, Metal Ligaen hockey.
Your pronunciation is getting better every day.
Thank you very much, Denmark Ligaen. I also took a huge favorite shot with Aalborg just to win in regulation, though, where we used to play poker. So that I think will be all right. Bet sized appropriately, though. And I also have some soccer stuff that I did. I did take. Do you follow Champions League, Jose Bouquett?
Yes.
You do?
Yes. Yeah.
You tell me if this is a soccer bet, because maybe I feel Man City is like always a soccer bet, right? No?
It can be. It definitely can be.
I took them team total over 1.5 minus 150.
I don't hate it. Who are they playing?
I don't even fucking know.
Okay, well there you go. There you're good.
Yeah, team total over 1.5 minus 150. I don't know where it is right now, but I did take that. That might be a sucker bet. Bet size appropriately, of course. Shout out to everyone. Let me see. Swiggy says Metal Ligaen, no bets. Oh, okay. Nasty. They said. I just bet Ozempic. Yeah, listen, I'm huge on Ozempic. First period only on Ozempic. I don't know what country they're from, but that's the play. The play of the day, Ozempic, first period in some crazy European hockey league. Shout out to Nasty Date.
By the way, before I leave here, we get our boy Billy Brisbane up here. Nutflush, I did get your text. I will text you back here soon. But you guys can check out the perfect weeks on the Pub Sports Radio, where you can see all the picks. They have the list of all the perfect weeks right there, Pete. I know you might be struggling for the Captors contest, but at least those perfect weeks will keep you in it. One perfect week and you're in the battle.
I'm not really struggling. It's mostly just like last week. A lot of people did really well in the NFL last week, and so did I. But I only went 3-2 in the Cappers contest because I put in Titans and Saints, which are pretty much like the first two bets I knew I was going to use. I think that's a learning experience because those absolutely shitty teams, you just kind of like throw them out even when they should be in a good spot. I don't know. It was a mistake. I had a lot of other, I had the Rams. I switched them off. I mean, I bet them, but I took them out of the contest. And, I switched a bunch of picks around. They were all those picks I switched around winners. The two that I was solid with, Titans and Saints, were both the big stupid bets of the week.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's bring on our guy. Okay. Start off the NBA season. I'm used to saying WNBA here. And you know what, Justin? I'll even send you the link right now if you want to join as well. It's the one, the only Billy Brisbane joining the program. Billy, nice to see you, my man.
I'm excited, man. NBA season is finally underway. You know that means college basketball is around the corner. But tonight, opening night, there's money to be made.
Yeah. And just now, Odense, did people just bet the hell out of that? Because now it just moved. Just like 5 seconds after, or 30 seconds after I talked about it on the stream here. Yes, I am on Olomouc -0.5 as well. Much smaller though. All right, Billy Brisbane. We're not going to put you to sleep with talk of Denmark hockey. We're going to get into NBA opening night. Much more exciting, right, baby?
Yeah, I mean, almost exciting as Ben Shelton coming back.
Almost. Well, Billy Brisbane, you know that I tend to, cap the cappers in NBA, cap the market. I don't have a personally very good feel on NBA plays for my own capping in general, but like 1 or 2 a week do look kind of good to me. And I did bet this first game, Houston OKC, right? Obviously, OKC defending their title. They're putting up the banner, all that crap. They return their core, everything, the contract extensions. So, of course, OKC looking forward, 2 or 3 years looks friggin' awesome. Tonight, though, Houston, they made some significant moves in the offseason. They're looking all right. And I think Houston getting all these points might maybe be the play. First half, full game. I got it at 7. I think it's gone down to 6.5. And I also took it first half. It might be, I don't know, it made me a little bit nervous. But what do you think about fading OKC tonight?
I would say what to watch for. I mean, the Rockets acquired KD, which was their biggest offseason transaction probably since they got James Harden. They're opting to go double big tonight with Adams and Sengun as the bigs, and then Amon Thompson as the starting point guard. OKC is dealing with some injuries themselves. Jalen Williams more than likely being out for this one. Chet and Hartenstein should both get bumps. And I believe Isaiah Joe is out as well. Durant should help the Rockets offensively, but they're asking a lot for Amon Thompson to guard SGA opening night and then have to run the offense without Fred VanVleet last season. I mean, the Rockets' offensive numbers plummeted, averaging less than 113 points, 21st in field goal percentage. OKC's losses loses some of their offense with Jalen Williams out. And loses a little bit of defense as well, hence why you see this total go up a couple of points since the opener. But this game seems like the floor is shrinking, and there's going to be a lot of isolations. And I have questions about the Rockets. I don't think that they're going to be able to fix everything or be able to hit their ceiling on opening night. I played OKC double result at plus 118 here.
Okay, hold on. Let me just I'm just tweeting out the link here, and then we'll go. All right, so you think that it's just like a no-brainer, take OKC? Yeah, I mean, to win first half, first quarter, first half full game. Line has dropped a teeny. The first line I saw was 7. I didn't see the early opener, but it is down now to 6.5. Still a little bit faded towards OKC, but a small market move to Houston and a very small market move to the over as well. You think it's going to be one of these no-brainer higher scoring games?
No, I actually like the under in this game.
Yeah.
I think OKC's defense was one of the best defenses that we saw last year, and the Rockets are starting fucking Steven Adams, man. That just seems like they're going to get ran off the floor with Steven Adams.
Yeah.
I think OKC goes small. I think they run the Rockets off the floor. And I get it, man. You don't want to ever back a team coming off a championship. They got the ring ceremony going on tonight. But Western Conference home favorites of more than 4 points or more are 11-6 last 5 seasons in their opener. And I think OKC fits the bill, and they're going to cash this double result for us tonight.
Andrew G says it's going to take time for the Rockets. And Nutflush16 with another cryptic comment that I'm sure is a lot of wisdom there. He says, that Pete, the size comes into play today. Yes. How? How would that be? Over, under, Rockets, OKC? How would that be? Justin McKelvey likes the under, 227.5 in the game. Look at that. Talk Sports with JT leaning Houston plus the points. Wow.
I mean, this is like the shouts to Jim Jan. This is like the Jimmy Wheelhouse of, everybody's hyped about the all-season transactions and acquisitions and all that. This is asking a lot for Amon Thompson to be your starting point guard. He has to guard SGA the whole entire time. SGA's usage rating is going to be absurd without Jay Will out. I mean, how many times are going to set pick and rolls and they're going to play drop coverage with Adams and Sengun? I think this game really comes down to if Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren can stay out of the foul trouble. If they stay out of the foul trouble, I think OKC beats the Rockets by double digits, and we're all getting hyped up for the Warriors-Lakers game later on tonight. Yeah. At first glance, I thought the Rockets plus the points was the move, but I think they're putting it this high to catch people to bet the points. I mean, what are you really going to do with a 280 on the money line for OKC here? I mean, you ain't really bouncing too much on a 2-game slate, hence why I played the double result. I think OKC can get hot early in this one.
There you go. Goon Collector, like an OKC first quarter at -2, opened it at 1.5. Res Mob, I'm on the first quarter. Andrew G, too much too soon. OKC rolls. Nasty Nate likes OKC second quarter. Wow. Holy crap. Irish King, OKC -9.5, no sweat. Justin McKelvey, why line moving towards Rockets? Yeah, I mean, I guess.
The line's moving toward the Rockets because of the injury news report. It's not official that Jalen Williams is out and Isaiah Joe's already out. So that's the reason why the line's going to move towards the Rockets.
And that's also just as of now. We'll see where this line closes. There might be some late move. All right, I'm gonna stay off this as far as an official play is concerned. But Justin McKelvey leaning under. Brizzy would vaguely be leaning under as well. And most of the people in the comments section kind of like an OKC. Stronger opinions for OKC. Strong opinions for OKC early. Some people leaning towards Houston, but nothing too strong. And then Wager Detective, OKC -6.5. Nothing to glean here. Seems like there's something to glean here, but there's nothing.
It's not official yet. OKC double chances -180. You need to shop around on that swig.
Yes. Okay. And all right. And Kent Davies leaning under as well. All right. Let's move on to the next game, which also, I read about it. I enjoy the drama, but usually I'm like, well, I'll wait to see what the market and all of my, expert compatriots have to say. But this one, Lakers as a small dog to the Warriors. And, of course, no LeBron James for the Lakers, but they've got to, they added Ayton, Marcus Smart. They've got a nice little team there. Golden State, I don't know, maybe a little bit old, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that'll probably, matter more later on in the season, but they had some issues, in the preseason, not necessarily looking that great. And I was thinking maybe Lakers as a home dog might be worth a shot. That's just what I was thinking. Brizzy, what do you think?
Yeah, the Lakers didn't really play any key guys for extended minutes during the preseason. No LBJ probably until the Emirates Cup season. That means more Luka ball handling, offensive half-court sets, secondary creating options are going to be Reeves and Gabe Vincent, who's back from injury. But I think the big piece for them is that they finally added a center replacement for AD. And the way to kind of beat Golden State was to kind of out physical them, hence why they got Jimmy Butler. Lakers' projected starting lineup tonight is going to be Gabe Vincent, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton. And I thought Gabe Vincent had a really good preseason. If you watch that game on ESPN last week against the Mavericks and Cooper Flagg, Gabe Vincent had like 5 3-pointers in the first half of that game. If that could be any indication of what he could do for the rest of the season, that would be a good sign for them. Golden State comes into the NBA season with the oldest roster in the league. Biggest offseason addition for them was really Al Horford. Al Horford adds another layer to their front court. The market kind of gives you indication that the Lakers are live at home, home underdog. Nobody really wants them without LeBron. But there's like a couple ball knowledge factors that are making me hesitant of backing the Lakers here. I mean, they have struggled on opening night. 1-5 in season opener since 2018, 2-8 last 10 season openers. And it's a combination of two things. Everyone's hyped up to play in the Lakers arena in opening night. And then I don't think the Lakers care about season openers. I mean, when they're usually predicated for long seasons. But I think JJ Redick is definitely going to try to have the intensity out for the Lakers tonight. You would think with two older teams, it would be a lower scoring affair, but I think some good shooting could definitely drive up this total. I mean, 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over the total, hence a little bit different of lineups. But the Lakers led the league last year going to the free throw line, and then the Warriors were second in the league last year for 3-point rate. I definitely think that can drive up the total. But I think the best bet in this game, and my favorite bet in this game, my only bet in this game, DeAndre Ayton, double minus 115. This is the quote of yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Wait until you run back this segment next week, Pete. And DeAndre Ayton double-doubles minus 200, minus 215. I mean, you remember when Anthony Davis was out there, he was double-doubling every night. They were putting his numbers at 300, 400. I think people are sleeping on DeAndre Ayton. This could be a statement. And I should preface this by saying I don't like putting American dollars on DeAndre Ayton. But this could be a statement game for DeAndre Ayton. National TV game, great spot. Luka has always loved throwing lobs to his bigs. Remember when we saw Jackson Hayes as a starter last year? Think about how many easy looks he was getting at the basket off of pick and rolls. The Warriors last year ranked 25th in rebounds allowed to the center position, and Horford isn't the biggest needle mover for me in that category here. Ayton's one matchup last year versus Golden State, he finished with 10 points off of 12 attempts, 11 rebounds, and 20 rebound chances. I think he's going to be a walking double in the double-double in this Lakers lineup this year, and I want to get on it early before it starts getting a little bit too juiced. This line actually opened up at plus 140 for his double-double, and it's all the way down to minus 115, minus 120 in some offshore books. So I think this is only going to go up, and I think this is a preview of what to expect for the season. I mean, DeAndre Ayton's going to have to play a big offensive role in the beginning part of the season, and so should Austin Reeves. If you wanted to attack Austin Reeves, rebounds and assist prop. If you remember that time period last year when LeBron was out of the lineup, Austin Reeves' rebounds and assist prop was just a casher. I looked at the numbers from last year. He went over 10.5 rebounds and assists. So basically the line that he's at tonight. In 8 of 9 games without LeBron last season, averaging 42 points, rebounds, and assists across 9 games. I mean, Austin Reeves was putting up some dummy numbers without LeBron in the lineup. I didn't personally put any money on him, but I'll probably have him in a couple of DFS lineups tonight. But I think the best bet in this game, real bread should be put on DeAndre Ayton double-double.
All right, I might tail a bunch of those things. I'm not going to steal them and try to put them on my official record, but I might add the Lakers here because we got a lot of Aubrey likes Lakers by 10. Here's Justin McKelvey saying, I'm betting Ayton props every single game until he either embarrasses me or the books catch up. So he he's agreeing with what you were saying. Wine Time Sports doesn't like to bet the Lakers, but he likes Lakers money line plus 120, saying that the market telling us everything we need to know. And yeah, I definitely had, Lakers home openers, like you pointed out, in my mind when I was looking at this. But then here we are, Ron Crawford, Lakers 17-7 ATS as home dogs in their last 24. Yeah. How many of those home openers were the Lakers, shit the bed? Were they a dog? Probably none, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of a wager detective in the chat. I kind of lean towards it over 225. Maybe watch this game and catch the vibes out, because I definitely think this is the game that you're going to be able to get some live bets on the spread and total. I would imagine if either team gets out to this is going to be a game of runs. Like, this isn't going to be back and forth. This is going to be a game of 8 to 10 point runs, and we should be able to get some good live lines.
Yes, absolutely. There you go as well. No question about that. All right. I will I think the props and thinking about live betting are probably much better ways to bet this game than what I'm about to do, but I'll give an official play. What do you think? Just if you have any thoughts at all, if you got no thoughts, would you if you had a free play on the Lakers first half or full game, which would you take? I mean, that's a difficult question. Maybe there's
I would take full game personally, but like, man, like, doesn't it feel like, all right, I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be a greedy guy, but doesn't it feel like you can get a better number than 2.5 live? Like, if you get like a 6.5 through 8.5 number on the Lakers live, I would fire away. You know how many sports books are going to be giving you profit boost and stuff like that? Live betting and same game parlays and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man. This feels like a number that they're inviting all the Warriors money as possible. And like the sharp side really could be the Lakers. It's just that if the sharp side is the Lakers have so many people. Well, LeBron James being out is such a big out that you can probably just play player props if you think the Lakers are live.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely think that live betting and the props that you guys are talking about have much better value. Justin McKelvey likes full game. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just start. Let's have a little fun to start the season. I'm going to take both. I'm going to take Lakers first half +1. I'm seeing -109, and I will shop around for that. And I'll also take Lakers full game money line, not +2.5. Little ballsy here. Money line +130. I'm seeing right now. I'll shop around to see if I can get better on both of those. But I'll make both of those official plays, and I might tail some or all of those player props you guys are talking about, and definitely be looking at a live bet, because I think you're right. I think it's probably not going to be a blowout either way, and probably going to go a lot of back and forths, few back and forths that you'll be able to take advantage of live or at the half. So here we go. Lakers first half +1, -109 at the worst. I'll shop around, see if I can get better. And Lakers full game money line +130 at the worst. All right. Brizzy, all right, and I'm sorry. You want to repeat your official plays so far for this one?
Yeah, official play was just DeAndre Ayton double -115. I mean, there's other stuff to have on this slate, but we're putting out the ones that we're really putting some good dollars on, and that is OKC double result tonight, +118. That is at FanDuel Sportsbook. I don't know what the fuck y'all looking at, what DraftKings got. I don't know what ESPN bet got. I don't know. I know I got +118 in my pocket, and then DeAndre Ayton double -115. Make sure you be careful about where you're playing NBA props and just totals and everything tonight, because there's a big discrepancy between the books, and the books are going to give you a bunch of profit boost depending on the area that you live in. Because if you're like Jose, hey, you might not be a legal gambling state. You might not get that.
No, I feel you. All right. So let me see other comments coming here. Aubrey says, I'm not betting props except Ayton and Nut Flush 16. Yeah, talking about live betting. Absolutely Nut Flush. Robert Franklin likes Lakers money line. All right. So we're getting into that. Everyone's on the Lakers. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? It could be a good sign with our crew.
I think it's our crew that's on the Lakers. You ask anybody in the general public, they're slamming the Warriors tonight. I mean, line open up +3 all the way up to -2.5. I feel like the market has definitely made its due on the Warriors money line.
Is there anyone in the comment section right now who likes Golden State even a little bit? If so, please let yourself be known right now in some way. JW says, wait, nobody likes the Warriors? So far. You're looking at the same comment section I'm looking at. You're listening to the same, audio from Brizzy that I'm listening to. I haven't heard anyone or seen anyone say this. I haven't said anyone, nothing nice about the Lakers. I mean, about the Warriors. Yeah, look at this.
Feels good back in the chat, man. I've been on the early morning shows. I know Gogi is up next, and hopefully he gives out a little bit of what's it called? Not NHL. What's the league right below it? The AHL? The AHL?
Oh, yeah, the AHL.
I don't know what the fuck he was on last year, but those AHL plays I would hear right before the end of the segment, I would always tell on Bet365.
Yeah.
We smack. Shouts to the chat. Molly Mob, Rez Mob with the perfect week. Fernando Mendoza, Guido, just my 2 cents. see him in a couple of hours. Aubrey. If you guys have any questions about the slate, let me know. One player prop that I didn't talk about in the Rockets Thunder game that I liked was SGA over 1.5 3-pointers. If you look at the Rockets last year, this is another reason why I like OKC. The Rockets are allowing this last season. They allowed the second most points for the point guard position last year. Went over 4 straight games against the Rockets last year with 6+ 3-pointer attempts in those games. So I think you fire up the SGA props.
Here you go. Here's some not necessarily Golden State love, but Chappie Funk. Steph Curry, you're getting a ton of free throws with a new rule change on shooting hand touch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to make of you never know when there's rule change, especially in the NBA, and how they're going to be enforced and where and when. You know what I mean? Yeah, I guess that's a factor. I mean, if they give Curry freaking 20 free throws, that changes things, doesn't it?
I mean, I like the over probably live more than pre-flop.
Yep. Okay. Well, Brizzy, so great to have you here, and we'll talk to you again next week, right?
Yes, sir. If you guys are doing anything tonight, Locker Room Talk podcast into Bankroll Blitz. It's Tuesday here at Pub Sports Radio. The week has just started over again. Week does not start on a Monday. It starts on a Tuesday here at Pub Sports Radio. So make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, check out Locker Room Talk podcast. Big pay-per-view week this week. We're in Abu Dhabi. Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. And this stream is at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So make sure you guys are locked in with us throughout the week.
Right on. Brizzy, Billy Brisbane. We'll talk to you very soon. Everyone tune into all that shit. All right. So do we have what are we doing right now, Jose Bouquett? NHL or what?
Yeah, you know what we're doing, Pete.
Yeah. So does Gokster have like a time limit on his time?
Well, Pete, let's ask the man. Is the sight for sore eyes? I haven't talked to him in feels like months, and honestly, his Blue Jays made the World Series. I mean, Gokster must be on a high right now.
One of the baddest motherfuckers from Belleville in all of Belleville. You will have a hard time finding a badder motherfucker than our guest capping NHL. On today's show, everyone welcome Mr. Gokster, baby. Mr.
Hey, how we doing? We're live? Okay, what's going on? Hey, guys, how we doing? We're back. Hockey talk, ready to rock. Broncos, too. You talk about the Blue Jays. Bronco Miracle, 33 points. How about them Broncos? Blue Jays, we'll see you guys in the World Series. There are all LA fans there. And, just good to be back with Pete and everyone here in the chat. Good slate of hockey we got. AHL tomorrow there. I'll tweet out some picks for AHL tomorrow, but full slate of NHL for us today.
Okay, that's great. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on these Euro hockey lines because I do have some positions there up, and now Odense dropped back down, but that's okay.
Animal.
That's okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, all right. Okay. All right. That's all right. That's okay. I mean, they were up. One of these big sharp offshores had them all the way up like over minus 200 on their money line. Now it's dropped back down to about minus 190, but that's all right. I'm going to have my eye on this. All right, Mr. Gokster, we're going to keep a brisk pace because that's how videos should be. But do you have a time limit, a hard limit where you have to leave? Or
No, we got a good hour. We got a good hour at least. Yeah.
All right, great. Here we go, everyone. And the first game, I believe, was the Ron Crawford spreadsheet play of the day. I believe he said Toronto was his spreadsheet play of the day. I'll search for that. That's interesting, though. That's the first game we're going to talk about. New Jersey and Toronto, of course. New Jersey playing really well, right? 4-1 against just pretty much a good selection of competition overall. Toronto, they won 2 of their last 3, but maybe a little iffy. Last one was an OT loss at home as a big favorite. So I was thinking, maybe New Jersey first period, New Jersey to score in the first, maybe New Jersey team total over, Toronto team total under. I was leaning New Jersey in various ways, but maybe not now that Ron Crawford says Toronto is his spreadsheet play of the day. Let me just confirm that. But this is an interesting one. New Jersey seems good. Toronto seems maybe overvalued. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you there. Like Stolarz, he's been okay, but last game there, Pete, Goldie called out the team. He pretty much said, what the F are we doing here? Let's turn this around. Which is pretty early, and it's not like Stolarz. He didn't do this last year. So, they'll call it from the goalie there. What happened in Toronto last night, too. There's no Toronto's got a lot of momentum here. They don't play till Friday, Saturday, back-to-back against Buffalo, their home road. And then looking at the Devils, Pete, all the numbers look like they should win this game. Allen's been the better goalie, 5-on-5. Both these teams can score. Power play, penalty kill, advantage Devils. Expected goals 5-on-5, injuries too. Both teams are pretty healthy. I want to say there could be goals in this game, but I just think at this line, it is dropping too, which is, cause for concern, you would say. But I think the Leafs do got this one here, just with kind of that last game. Yeah, it's one game. The Devils are good, but I just think they're going to put a good foot forward here. I think there's going to be goals. The more I'm thinking about this, there could be goals. Just underperforming Toronto, really. 7-4 win against Nashville, 5-2 against Montreal. Well, that was 2 empty netters. 6-3 loss to Detroit, 2 games lost to Detroit. Bad win against Seattle. I think it's an early bounce back spot. And 5-on-5, both these teams can score. 14 for Toronto, 11 for the Devils, and then they're allowing 11 the Devils, then 13 allowed for the Maple Leafs 5-on-5, and then shifting over to the penalty kill special teams. It's going to be advantage Devils. Toronto's going to have to win this game 5-on-5, and I don't see them getting kind of pushed around this game, especially with what happened with Stolars and kind of the energy. The energy in Toronto right now is real, guys. The World Series tickets, Pete, I think they're going for $5K minimum.
No shit.
Yeah, 4K. The scalpers got them, and the secondary markets are just going crazy. But I think Toronto's going to put a really good foot forward here, and the line's good enough for me to take it. It's -113 right now, so I'm going to jump on that.
Wow, here you go. Grant Clarkson, Devils are fast player props on them. JW says Devils spot. That's all what I was thinking until Ron Crawford comes over the top with play of the day. Not just I like Toronto, not just I lean Toronto, not just I'm on Toronto. Play of the day.
He's got to agree with me with what I'm saying, maybe with the the momentum with Toronto here too. Play of the day. They're healthy. Look at the Devils. They got their top players in there. But on the other side, I just feel like Toronto's going to put a really good foot forward here, guys. Jake Allen has looked pretty good. How long is that going to last here? He's going to have a Toronto team that's coming in pretty hot. Not hot, but at least hot in the sense where they didn't play well. So, and they got the back-to-back tomorrow too. So, has there been confirmation there? I'm trying to figure that out. If there's confirmation, if it is Allen, because they do have the back-to-back. So, Markstrom's hurt. So, they're going to be going with their third-string goalie tomorrow against Minnesota. Whoever that may be. I want to say, is that Nico Dawes possibly? So, this is going to be a good game. I just think Toronto's got them tonight.
It's Allen and Stolars confirmed.
Okay. Yeah, and they don't play till Friday, Saturday, coming off that loss. 2 more days to stew if they lose this game too. It's just I think Toronto's gonna
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if there's like 2 or 3 games on the card, I'm willing to overlook
this was a late
play. What?
Sorry, Pete. This was a late play. This was probably 10, 20 minutes before the show. I added this one in, just kind of, nothing jumped off the screen right away, but kind of just the scheduling spot and what's going on in Toronto I think is going to play a factor here. Maybe people don't know about.
Yeah. 10 games on the card. This is the one that Ron Crawford likes the most. All right. I'm not going to take New Jersey. I mean, it wasn't a strong lean for me. It was mostly a pass, but I was like, I have question marks all over. Lead New Jersey, team total over, maybe. Toronto team total under, maybe first period, maybe New Jersey to score. Yeah, maybe like just the New Jersey, maybe the Devils just to score. It does feel like it's going to be a higher scoring game, doesn't it?
It does. There's going to be some fast pay. You know what? I bet I like to play here, guys. I put it in some parlays, a little 2-team banger. Both teams have scored 2 goals here. It's going to be probably around -220. That's something I'll probably end up putting in a parlay. I usually don't like giving out a lot of the parlay bets like that, Pete. But both teams scored 2 goals. Put that in a parlay piece. I do like that one.
It's not a super high total. It's 6, but juice to the under at the moment. I think what I'm seeing here, and the Devils 2.5. Juice to the. All right, let's move on. Interesting game. I don't know what I'm going to do in my personal betting, but I guess I'll hold off. Next game, another very interesting one. You ready, Gokster?
Sticking to Canada.
Edmonton and Ottawa. Here we go. Edmonton lost 3 in a row now. And, if there's a team where they can get right against, why not Ottawa? They're all right, but they haven't been good so far. And, it's Jimmy, loves to break down Edmonton in depth. Now they've lost 3 in a row. Is this a bounce? I mean, they started last year slow as well. And then, of course, they turned it around a major way. Is this a spot where Edmonton is going to turn it around, or are they going to continue to be mediocre until some date in the future? What do you think, Gokster?
Yeah, this is an Oilers spot. This is my play of the day, you could say, on this card, and it's going to be the Oilers. Ottawa has allowed 5 against the Islanders. They allowed 3 against Seattle, 8 against Buffalo, 4 against Nashville, 6 against Florida, and 4 against Tampa. And you got an Oilers team that's having a little bit of troubles coming off Detroit, New Jersey, and the Islanders there. I just think, they're a healthy team too for the most part. Who do we got out? Kapanen's day to day. Janmark's out. The Senators are healthy on the other side, guys, but they're just not. They're not in good form right now, especially defensively. One of the worst stats right now is going to be Allmark. He's got an 85.3% save percentage with a -6 goals saved above expected. That's really bad. On the other side, there, Skinner's got a 90.89 save percentage, 0.96 goals saved above expected. They just need to get the goals going, really. Their team totals have been 0-6. I'm looking at 2, Pete, this year. They haven't even cracked their team total. 8 goals, 5-on-5. But the Senators have allowed 16 goals 5-on-5. Their penalty kill 60%. Like, this is a spot the Oilers they should be up after the first period and not look back, kind of thing. Like a horse race, kind of justify the front. But I'm like an Edmonton regulation. I'm just taking them plus 150. I found Edmonton regulation. I think this line should be. I don't get why it's as low as it is. I get why Ottawa's they're not playing the best, but no Kachuk. They've also brought in some new pieces to their team, and I just don't think they're quite gelling yet with Ottawa there, especially defensively. Like nothing's really changed defensively, but offensively here they've brought in Amadio's been moved around quite a bit. No Kachuk definitely hurts. They brought in McDermott on the bottom line. There's Fabian Zetterlund's now on the bottom line, which I don't get that. Cousins has now moved up to the third. They're moving their lines around a lot, trying to find something because they haven't been winning. And I'll trust Edmonton in this spot, 9 times out of 10, coming off all these losses. So Oilers, guys, regulation, any way you want to put it, team total over 3.5, I even like Pete.
Well, comment section, not really agreeing with you. Kent Davies pointing out this is a reverse line move, which from what I'm seeing is true. I don't really need to check the money to know that the vast majority of the money is on Edmonton. I've been doing this long enough that, I know where people are betting. And the line has moved a few cents in Ottawa's favor. Now we got Irish King 97, Ottawa money line. Lex Steele, Senators all the way. JW, Senators money line. Nate Dogg likes McDavid to score an assist. Almost no one in the comment section actually on Edmonton.
All right. Wow. You guys like some goals maybe here? I can see the goals. Senators haven't been playing any unders this year, but goaltending wise, Skinner's actually been okay. Surprisingly, actually one of the better goalies in the league right now. Just haven't been getting the scoring. This is a perfect spot for Edmonton to just score at least 4, I think. So.
Kyle Hintlian says, can't trust Edmonton at all. Yep. Shit. Peanut says Oilers money line, though. There you go.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm sorry?
Oh, Peanut said someone's in the corner here. I was getting, it's getting knocked around there.
I mean, Kent Davies is absolutely right. That is a, those reverse line situations are not 100%, but they are very clear and strong. And this is obviously one of them. Very, very clear and obvious. And again, not one of those like, oh, now the Senators are favored. Just the small little move towards Ottawa with the overwhelming majority of bets and money coming in on Edmonton. I still want to take Edmonton for his first period, though. That's just minus 119.
That's where I'm looking. I think they were there. I think they're all over them here. But I hear what everyone says in the chat. Yeah. Compelling points. All right.
I'll make it official, even though I know that it's probably might be a bad idea. Edmonton first period money line minus 119. I might be on Ottawa full game though, just to hedge it out. We'll see. Wow. But I can't not do it. Yeah. There were times last year when I was in this spot and I bet it personally, didn't give it on the show. My pick in general did okay in those situations. So I'll do it here. But yeah, no question about it. Very clear market pressure towards or indication towards Ottawa. And then also the under. Yeah. The under is the total is 6, juice to the under still.
I don't get a good feel for the total really here. I guess I think they're gonna like team total under for Ottawa here too. I know you guys don't want to hear this, but I'm seeing like a 4-2 game, 3-1 game, maybe. Like I don't know if Ottawa scores like over 3, I'm a little worried in this game. That means Skinner's not playing too well, and it's Ottawa's it's pretty much really it's Skinner. I'm really relying on Skinner. Obviously, you know, McDavid and whatnot and the rest of the team, but I just think there's a goal discrepancy big time here with Allmark and Skinner. I don't think Allmark's doing well, and it's just a team that hasn't been scoring. Yeah, you could think, you know, this team just can't score. Well, they can, and I think they will here.
All right. JW says Sens can score 4. Edmonton can't. Very simple. Talk Sports with JT. I can't see Edmonton Senators getting to 2. All right, and Nate Dog 420 likes first period over. All right, let's move on to a next game. Mr. Goetzer, San Jose and the Islanders. San Jose still winless, right? They've got a young team. At some point, they're probably this season they're probably going to have value over a span of 5 or 10 games as a huge underdog, either getting outright wins or OT games, or losing by 1. But as of right now, they're still winless. A home shutout loss to Pittsburgh, and the Isles have now won 2 in a row. Both as a big dog, and the Isles are now a huge favorite here. Is this a spot where San Jose finally has value? Maybe. Is this a game where San Jose gets to 3? Because they can do that. They're off a shutout loss. And, I don't know. I was thinking maybe San Jose team total over. Maybe San Jose first period off the shutout loss. They do have some young talent on that roster. What do you think? Isles a huge home favorite here.
Yeah, I'm worried maybe talking about this, Pete. This could be a spot for the Sharks here. They got a long road trip coming up here. They got a back-to-back Thursday, Friday at New York Rangers, at the Devils. First one here on the island. Islanders got the Detroit on Thursday. So you got to think they're coming off that shutout too. You're making a good point here. Usually a team coming off a shutout, haven't won a game all year, start of a road trip. Sharks are pretty live, I think, early, especially. Askarov going, though. These 2 goalies, really. Sorokin has kind of been falling off as these years have gone on. Start the year, he's a minus 3.92 goals saved above expected. And then Askarov for the Sharks, he's a minus 4.96. So out of all the goaltending matchups today, guys, this is the worst. These are the 2 worst goalies, I'd say, going right now. And then the spot for the Sharks where they haven't scored, 3-2 to the over. Islanders haven't gone under all year. They've had a push once. That was the Edmonton game. So short and sweet. Penalty kills too. 75% for the Sharks, 68% for the Islanders. 5-on-5 goals, 16 allowed for the Sharks, 12 for the Islanders. This is going to be a goal fest, I think, here today. Also, first period combined, these 2 teams, 7-3 to the first period over. I'm going both teams to score first period plus 155. And then I'm doubling down here, Pete. Both teams to score 3 goals. Plus 170 as well. So I think both of them are going to hit, but we hit one of them, we at least make a profit here. But there should be goals here. Also, geez, the points keep getting better here. Sharks are missing 3 defensemen. Lindgren's out. Muka's out. I can't pronounce his name, defenseman. Then Klingberg's day-to-day. Also, Romanov for the Islanders is day-to-day. So you're missing some key defensemen. You're going to have some call-ups. It's going to be a fast-paced game. I wouldn't talk anyone off the Sharks here. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about, all sorts of, correlated stuff. San Jose over 2.5. San Jose to score in the first period. San Jose first period. I have maybe over here. That one was 6 over minus 120. It's gone up about 10 or 15 cents since then. And what do we got? We got JW staying away with lean San Jose plus 1.5 over 6.5. Talk Sports with JT says Islanders give it up. Peanut says I'll play run and gun hockey over any way you want it.
No,
we can get it over however you want, kid. And Lex Steele likes the Sharps over 2.5.
Yeah.
What does FP mean? First period?
First period. Yeah. Imagine.
Like Sharks over 2.5 goals. First period.
Oh no. Full play. Yeah. I might need clarification.
Replay. Yeah. Because I was like, there's no way he's saying Sharks team total over 2.5 in the first period. Maybe though. I mean, if it give you, plus 10, plus 100,000, sure, why not? Kent Davies like San Jose first period money line plus 140. I'm a simple man. No, I feel you. Yeah. All right, let me put in some official plays here. I'll shop around at the end of the show to get better lines. But yeah, I mean, what do you think about San Jose to win the?
They're live. They are, because they got the Rangers and the Devils back-to-back spots, 2 tougher teams, and especially that Devils game after Thursday night is going to be tough. Coming off a shutout loss too, start of a road trip. First period plus, we're getting good money here too. The Islanders, they haven't looked that good. They beat the Edmonton, who's been struggling, and then Ottawa. That's no impressive win, 5-4 in overtime. So yeah, the over on the Sharks seems very live, and like guys like Celebrini, Will Smith, some of the, especially Celebrini, I could see him getting some points tonight.
All right, I'm going to make two official. I am going to take San Jose first period goal -129. I'm also going to take the first period over, both teams, 1.5, just -130, which is kind of interesting. And probably the full game over, 6 -130 is good also, right?
I like it. Yeah, and even that old both teams have scored 2 goals I was saying earlier. That's another one I fired on here, just to be safe, as you like to say.
All right, I'll try to stack some some units here. Over 6 -130. I'll shop around again to see if I can get something better, but I'll take all those. I'll hold off on the San Jose team total over, because it could be Islanders could win this one 5-1. You know what I mean? First period is 1-1.
I think if anything, I'm worried about Askarov. This goalie is not the greatest. Like he's a call up from the AHL, and he's been sent back down quite a bit. So I think Sharks can be able to score. It's just, can they stop the Islanders from scoring? It might be the problem.
All right, there we go. Three plays here. And that'll be it. Let me glance the comment section, and then we will. He's saying the Sharks all total on the first period. Okay. So he's saying 3 goals on the first. Yeah, getting a big dog line. That might be nice. Yeah, that might be nice. Okay, so let's move on. Next game, Vancouver and Pittsburgh. This one, I'm not sure what to make, but Vancouver won all 3 on their current road trip. Very nice. Pens, an old team, talking about it preseason. Jim was like, this is a team that is probably going to be underwhelming, maybe overvalued, but so far playing well. They've won 4 out of 6. And Vancouver historically in general has not done well at Pittsburgh in recent years. That doesn't necessarily mean, right now, of course, they're playing great. But I have nothing really on this game. The line was roughly even on both sides for the money line at a total of 6. I had a slight lean to the under, but that was just a thought. I got nothing on this one right now. Don't really want to step in front of either of these teams right now.
Well said. I'm kind of in the same boat here. I'm not really too inclined to bet this one. You got Silva starting, though, for the Pens, guys. He was the goalie for the Canucks, had that playoff push when Demko was out. So you got he's playing the former team here. Demko's looked really good to start the season. Both these goalies have been pretty decent. Power plays have been humming. But the injuries here, some injuries are popping up for the Canucks here. Besser, Bluger, day-to-day. Hoaglander there. Heedle's now out for a good long period of time. Leckie there, defenseman's going to be out. And then Pittsburgh's fairly healthy. I think the Pens, too, this new coach there, I forget his name there, bald guy there. Anyway, he's had a new change in kind of this team. They're scoring a lot more. And you look at the Rangers, Pete, they've been a little bit slower. That's kind of been that Sullivan system. So I think under this new system, this team's starting to score a lot more, a little more fast paced. Haven't caught a lot of the Pens games, but just looking at their numbers here, I think you got guys like, this one player, Brozo. He's been just a stud for this Pens team there. He's been flourishing in this new system. So I lean towards the Pens in this game, to be honest, but I think actually the play more I'm looking at is going to be, I didn't play this, but I think the under is the play here. I think, under 6.5 full game. First period, I might stay away from, but I think both these goalies are going to have a good performance here, and you're missing some offense from the Canucks. Scheduling spot at Nashville, the Canucks, and then Pens are going at Florida. It could be an under here. No play, but I would lean under.
JW says Vancouver money line. Pitt just got back from the West Coast. Nate Dogg likes Crosby goal and assist. Grant Clarkson, Vanny got lucky against the Caps. They're banged up. He likes Penguins money line. Nate Dogg, 420, Vancouver money line. Talk Sports with JT means Canucks money line. Talk Sports with JT. Yeah. All right. I will go ahead.
This feels like an under, man. This is the 4th game for the Canucks on a road trip. They're coming off a long road trip at West Pittsburgh. Haven't played in a few days. I mean, the first period under actually could be live now.
Yeah. And Artur's Shilov, he's all right. What do you think of him?
He's decent. Like, him and Yari are going to be splitting roles. Like, this guy won the Calder Cup too for Abbotsford last year, I believe. He was, he was the number 1 goalie. So this guy's a winner, Silvos. And Demko is playing just as well. I think the under's live. More and more I'm thinking about it.
That's the way I was leaning. All right, I'm gonna take a shot with the first period under plus 107. I'll shop around. I can probably get a 110 somewhere, but for now, I'll just go with that. Under 1.5 plus 107. And I'll shop around after the segment or after the show to see what I can get better. But yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. I'll take that. Grant Clarkson says 6 is definitely high. And Gorky in the comments section says she loves revenge game.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't say, if he would yell it if he were saying it. Anyone who knows Gorky knows that any opinion he has that's even he's mildly confident in, he's yelling it, and I'm sure he'd be yelling that one. She loves revenge game.
I agree.
Okay, I'm just going to take that one. All right, next game on the card. Let's move on. Here we go. Seattle, Washington. Seattle on a back-to-back. They got beat down at Philly in their last game. That was yesterday. And Washington, excellent, coming off a loss, playing the lower scoring games as well. Would love to take Washington, but the line is just too high. And I was thinking about the under as well at 6. I'm assuming, I'm going to glance at it right now. I'm assuming this line has moved down to the under, and no, not really. No, nothing. Actually, maybe a teeny bump to the over, actually. All right.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one, Pete. Grubauer is going to be starting, right? They had Decord going last night. He's got an 87% save percentage so far, minus 0.56 goals saved above expected. Thompson going tonight, about a 92% save percentage. He's up there with the best. And then looking at some scheduling spots, they're going to be at Columbus, the Capitals, on Friday night, then back home on Saturday. So they don't play for a few more days after this. I think always whenever I see that, I think it's going to be a good defensive game here from the Capitals. And you got Seattle on a back-to-back here. They've only allowed 6 goals, 5-on-5 thus far, the Capitals guys. It's going to be power play penalty kill. They're kind of struggling, 66%. And then the Kraken are humming at 28. So as long as they stay out of the box here, the Capitals don't allow Seattle to get some goals on the power play here. I think they should be okay. Expected goal differential too, 5.34 for the Capitals to minus 0.8 for the Kraken. So offensively and chances there, everything's leaning towards Washington. I get that's why the line's so high. Also Lindgren, he's day to day for the Kraken there. Montour's he's been out for a leave of absence, so they're missing 2 defensemen as well, back to back. Capitals are a really good defensive team. More I'm thinking about it, I think Seattle team total under 2.5 is probably the play. I took Washington team total over 2.5 though, and regulation at minus 135. Maybe I fished a little bit too much for that one. More I'm thinking Seattle. I don't see him scoring 3 tonight, but I also do see Washington winning this game like 3-1. 4-2, 4-1 kind of game here. I don't see Seattle doing a whole lot here, and I think they're going to be susceptible defensively here, and Grubauer hasn't been that good to start. So looks like a Washington win for me here, Pete.
Yeah, I was thinking because, Jimmy was talking about how the style Seattle plays, should go to unders a bit, and their first 2 games are very low scoring. Then they went on a road where maybe they can't control things as much, and all their 4 road games have been overs. But now that they're going up against another team that can play, lower scoring games, maybe now the under is worth a shot. But you're worried that Washington might put up a whole bunch.
They could. I would be worried they put up 4 or 5, possibly 4 or 5 might be pushed. I don't see them putting up 5 possibly, but it's just coming off the loss was a good point there. 4-3 loss. They've been really good at bouncing back. Thompson's been strong. They're only missing Dubois, left winger there for the Caps. They're fairly healthy. Everything, they just got to stay out of the box. I think that's the only way they lose this game is if they take too many penalties and they allow the Kraken to score in the power play, because 5-on-5. Both you know what? I'm looking at the Kraken there. They've only allowed 8 goals, 5-on-5. That's without yesterday's game, but they've been decent defensively as well. So I wouldn't talk anyone off of an under here.
Yeah. So let's see who's in goal for. Yeah, it's Thompson. It's Thompson, right?
Thompson, and solid.
He's pretty good, right?
Been solid. Yep.
Gosh, I just hate taking these like 2.5s juiced on the unders in NHL.
What do you mean, Pete?
So much stuff can happen, and I mean, Seattle has been scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you there. This is a game where I'm looking at it's the lines you hate. It's tough betting a team you like at minus 260, 250. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the first period under, probably not, because Washington could be up 2-0 easily 2 goals in the first period, right?
Yeah, that could very well happen. Yes.
That could easily happen, right?
Missing key defensemen too, Montour and Lindgren day to day. Don't know if Lindgren's in, but if he's out, that's
for Washington.
That's for the Kraken. The Kraken are missing 2 defensemen. Yeah,
2 defensemen. They're missing him. All right, I'll take I'll take a shot with it. Hopefully I don't get too burned. I'll shop around to get the best line. But I'll take a Seattle team total under 2.5 minus 141. I'll take that. I mean, when Washington's good, they are strong defensively, right?
Yes, yes. They don't let you breathe either. Like they're offensively, like they're a good forechecking team when they're on. So.
And they're off of a loss. All right.
Yeah.
So a good defensive team off a loss where they gave up 4 goals. That's a situation where I'll be willing to take a team total under 2.5 at juiced minus 141. I'll take that. I'll make it official. All right. Now let's move on. Florida and Boston. Well, both these teams lost 4 in a row now, right? They started off the year winning, and now they've lost 4 in a row. Florida got shut out in their last game, and this is Brad, Marchand coming back. Yeah, coming back to TD Garden for the first time as an NHL opponent. And if you don't know that, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I damn well sure know he played for Boston for like a long time and was a beloved local hero, right?
Oh, God, yeah. Brad Marchand.
Yeah. Definitely know how many years he played for Boston and how they felt about him. Definitely not quite sure how to pronounce his name. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I don't know. Boston is a pretty big-sized dog here. Both teams have lost 4 in a row. Florida, of course, they have all those injuries, but they still have a deep roster, but they're definitely, less good now than they would be if they had, all Barkov and all those guys in there. And Boston, they have like a new system. They seem like they have some life to them. They're a dog here. I don't know. I guess I'm passing this one, but free play would be on Boston at that big of a dog.
Yeah, I would agree there. I don't like this game, to be honest. It's kind of a goaltending battle, though, where both these goalies are top tier. 91.88 between both goalies, Bobrovsky and Swayman. Looking at, goals against, though, 5-on-5 are a little up there at 12 and 16 between the Panthers and the Bruins. Strong penalty kills. The Bruins are healthy, too. I wouldn't talk anyone off the Bruins here. Mikola's day-to-day. Kulikov's out. Kachuk's out, Nosek's out, Barkey's been out. So, and they're not scoring. They've scored 4 goals in their last 4 games. The Florida Panthers have, and Boston at home are not an easy team to score on, especially coming off 4 losses themselves. So, I actually went with the old. If you guys been watching the shows, I always have usually one of these plays. The old no goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds, plus 110. Okay. I think this is going to be a lower scoring game. Even the full game under, I don't mind. Florida's also 1-6 to the over their team total, so they haven't been scoring a lot. I wouldn't talk anyone off the Bruins. I think they're going to be live. It's just Bobrovsky and Swayman have both been pretty damn good this year, coming off those losses. It's not like they're going. I don't see either one of them having a bad game here. So lower scoring games definitely in play here.
All right, I guess I'm gonna pass here. Grant Clarkson says Florida is horrible. Jason Meyer says Jimmy would say fade the Panthers on the road all year. Maybe under is a better bet. Wager Detective likes the over. There you go.
They're not scoring. Like, to get shut out against Buffalo, that's kind of embarrassing there. 3-0, 1 against Detroit, 2 against Philly. They're just it's a completely new team they got. Really, like, you're missing some big name players there, and it's tough to kind of plug and place. It looks like for the Panthers. So I think Bruins are live. Yeah.
Skunt Blaster play of the day is Bruins money line, but there you go. JW likes Florida minus 1.5. AM points out the line seems really high on the Panthers. It does.
That's what I don't get.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. Don't make sense. Why would Florida be minus? They've scored 4 goals in the last 4 games. They're on the road. I don't get why that line's so high. Boston's they're offensively. Boston's the better team of late. It's just defensively, both teams have been struggling a little bit. So, I don't get that one.
AM says books don't want you to bet the Panthers. Irish King likes Boston money line. All right, I'm gonna pass on this one. It's definitely an interesting one, and no real market movement yet. Very tiny move to the under, very tiny move to Florida, actually, I think. But all right, let's move on. This is another one, interesting one. LA and St. Louis. LA. Now really not winning. Their game's been kind of close, but they're definitely not winning. And St. Louis, nice little team there. They're up and down. They have 2 bad losses, but 3 nice wins. They're still tinkering with what they want to do, and they had success with tight defense in their last game where they got a win. I'm assuming they're going to try it again, and I'm thinking that at the very least first period under, just because I think that what St. Louis did to get the win last game. They'll try to do at least to start in this one. And then a very modest home favorite line for St. Louis. I was thinking maybe St. Louis on the money line or the -1 line might be worth a shot as well. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just no-brainer St. Louis playing against a team that doesn't really have it together right now. And maybe first period under. What do you think? And maybe full game under, but more so first period. What do you think?
Wow. I kind of on the complete opposite there almost.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Well, I think there's going to be goals in this game. That's what I'm looking at here. Well, the Kings here, like they're a team that can come back. There's a couple games here they were down. I think it was Minnesota. They're down 3-0. They came all the way back 3-3 in that game. They've lost their last few. Lost 4-3 to Carolina as well. They're just a scrappy team. Like they're not a team you can. They're not like a 1-5 that's like got their ass kicked each and every game. Like they've been scrappy in some of those games. So I think this is going to be a back and forth kind of game here. To be honest, I don't really trust Forsberg. Anton Forsberg on the road scares me a little bit here. Road trips coming up here. They got Dallas Thursday, Nashville, and Chicago on the weekend for the Kings. So. I just see them. I see them getting up to a strong. I see both these teams scoring. It's kind of like the Sharks and the Islanders games that don't have as much stats to back it up. But just the way I've saw from the Kings, they're not a team that's not like they're having trouble scoring. Might as well bring up the 5-on-5 stats here: 10 goals, 4-11 for the Blues. They are 12 against for the Kings, 14 against for the Blues. Just both these teams, I think, are going to be going back and forth here. Kemper's out, Kopitar's out. You're missing your captain. Doesn't help. But just from what I'm seeing from the Kings here, I've watched a couple of their games, and you can't count this team out there. They got where is he here? Brett Clark. He's a defenseman that really moved the puck. He's an offensive defenseman there. He's been in the play a lot, second line. I just see the Kings here not laying an egg in this one here. But on the other side, I do see the Blues are playing decent hockey right now. Expected goals 5-on-5 advantages in the Blues' favor. I'm just trusting the Kings here that they're close to winning, and I think the Kings could get this one, but I think the goals is what the bet is. So I did first period both teams to score +165 and to score 3 at +200. Like people think this is an under game, and I disagree. I think there's going to be goals.
JW likes Blues -135, and Grant Clarkson likes both teams again to score 2+. Then Blues money line, Fiala points of any kind. It's just that St. Louis they just got a really nice win over Dallas, right? And they played a very tight checking defensive game, and it worked after giving up 8 goals to the Blackhawks.
The fact they gave up 8 to the Blackhawks doesn't make me feel like that one game okay. Like I want do it long term. Like I don't know, like that 8 to the Blackhawks there is. I think that's a bit of a concern. Like when I see it. So
and 5 to Minnesota, but that's my point is that they made a change and it worked against a good team, right?
Yeah, I think they can score. I don't know how they're going to defensively. The Kings here, I think, are going to be like they're 1-5. They're searching for wins here. Start of a road trip. They're not looking to like they're kind of like the Sharks in the spot here.
Yeah,
a road trip. I think they're going to come off to a strong start, but then looking at St. Louis, they are scoring. They've had 2 bad games, but they have been scoring. So yeah, the goals is what I'm looking at here. Binnington he's decent at home, but he's at 87% save percentage. Both goalies are minus almost 1.5 goals saved above expected thus far. So it just feels like goals.
Yeah, I mean, LA definitely knocking on the door of getting a win. They've been playing close games and against strong competition.
Yeah,
at Vegas, at Winnipeg, at Minnesota. At home against Carolina, at home against Colorado. All right, this is a tough one. I'm going to stay off it. Mr. Gokster. Let's move on, okay?
Do it, buddy.
All right, next one, Anaheim, Nashville. Anaheim off of 2 low-scoring losses, 1 goal in each game for them. They've got that Coach Quenneville who, it has his little system, which has worked well in the past. It was great, in the 2010s. Nashville has Anaheim has some good games, and then they're, the last 2 were not good. Nashville, back from their home trip. They lost the last 3 of the trip, and they've kind of been starting their game slow. So I've been reading that maybe they'll want to not get behind the 8 ball going forward, maybe starting with this game. So I'm not sure what I think. I was thinking maybe first period over, maybe Anaheim team total over if Nashville's going to try to, step it up offensively and maybe a little lax defensively. I'm not sure what I think about this one. The Preds, though, Marchessault is out, right? or he was out in the last one and he's day to day.
Day to day. I got day to day and then Hags
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
So this is definitely a tough one. I feel like both of these teams should be a little salty, right? Anaheim off of 2 low-scoring losses, but they have some talent. Nashville lost last 3 of their trip, but they have some talent and a nice goalie, right? I mean, Saros is how good or great would you rate Saros?
Well, so far I got him at a 91.7 save percentage, goals saved above expected 2.7. So that's top tier right now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So maybe I don't like an over, a first period over. That's a tough one. Maybe I'll pass. What do you think?
This is a pass, in my opinion. Like short and sweet. Yeah, this is a game I'm staying away from. The Preds are only at an 8% power play right now, so they're not really doing much on the power play. And then the other side, the Ducks are 25%, but then they can't score 5-on-5. They've only scored 7 goals, 5-on-5, 13 against.
Yeah.
So they're coming home. I was leaning towards a Ducks team total under 2.5. Didn't end up firing on it because I do think coming off those losses, coming back home, I don't see them having a bad defensive game here. And then, just like I said, the Ducks have only scored 7 goals, 5-on-5. And then the PK for the Nashville's at 83%. So that should at least it's not like they're like humming at 60% against a really good power play in the Ducks. So I think a lower scoring game's in play. Scheduling spot here, homestand. They got Vancouver Thursday, LA, and Dallas on the weekend for the Preds. So first game after a bad road trip. Ducks got Boston Thursday, Tampa Bay Lightning on Saturday. Feels like an under here. Feels like an under.
Let's see if there's been almost no movement that I'm seeing right now on the side, and
tough game.
Nothing on the a very teeny move. I think I'm seeing to the under, but just a teeny one. Let me just look at a few other things to see if anything has come up here. Just give me one quick.
I wonder what the chat's saying.
Yeah, just basically. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. I guess I would. Based on looking at this, I would be leaning Nashville actually.
Yeah, no, I would too. What's the line? It's minus 130. 130.
Is that low? That's low.
Yeah, I would have thought that'd be like minus 145, 150 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. But I haven't seen a lot of. Sorry, Pete, to cut you out. I haven't seen a lot of Quenneville games. This is a coach who. He got kicked out of the league for a good time there. Won a lot of cups for Chicago Blackhawks, and I haven't seen a lot what he's doing. He's a more of a not a fast paced coach. For he's not going to get the team kind of leaving their defense out to dry. That's at 7 goals for 13 against isn't the greatest, but it's a no play. But I would lean to the under here. Yeah.
JFSF says Preds will be up for this game. I'm going to take a shot with it. I'm going to take the Preds -1. Money line minus 133, puck line plus what are we looking at? 186. I'll shop around and see if I can get better, but those are sharp offshore books numbers right now. I think the Preds will get up for this. I just kind of like Saros. I guess I'm a little bit. I guess I have a bias in my head of fading Quenneville teams when they're like learning his system and they have some talent. But yeah, I mean. Saros is really good right now so far, right?
Yeah, his numbers that I looked up, he's been damn good. So yeah.
I'm taking Nashville. Definitely going to take him on the -1 line just because of volatility. Mally Mal says Ducks on the road. I'm good. Okay, and that's it. Now let's move on. Next game on the card: Columbus Dallas. Dallas off of 2 straight losses, and you got to be thinking this is a bounce back spot for Dallas. Columbus can get good wins, but not great. And I was thinking. I'm sorry.
Don't sleep on Columbus. I think they're they got this Jet Greaves guy. He's kind of a goaltender not many people know at home. He's been they've had a lot of unders of late, and he's been a big reason why this Columbus team's kind of changing pace.
Yeah. So who is it's Merzlikins.
It is Merzlikins
confirmed, and Ottinger. And I was thinking kind of no brainer ish. Dallas first period, goal for Dallas first period, maybe over 6 at -120 or so, and Dallas -1. What do you think?
This is a game. I don't want to say it's going to be a trap game here, but I'm going to stay off this one. I want to see the 2 starts Merzlikins has had at Minnesota, 52 saves and a win. Wow. And then versus Colorado, he allowed 3 but saved 35 pucks. So he's got a good save percentage at 92%, but that's because of how many pucks he's faced. He's faced a lot of rubber there, 87 shots on goal in 2 games. So, and you got a team like Dallas that are going to be coming in probably firing here. I don't like Lincoln's on the road historically. It should be a Dallas spot. Like it really, you know what? More I'm thinking about it, I think I might have overthought this one. I think, yeah, Dallas special teams, 7% power play for Columbus, 33% for the Dallas Stars, and then the penalty kill for the Columbus Blue Jackets is at 55%. So they're really struggling on their PK. But then 5-on-5, they've only allowed 5 goals 5-on-5. So I don't know. This team's got, it's a fast team. It's kind of like I don't know how to compare it. It's just a really fast team, Pete, that kind of like maybe the Coyotes back in the day where you think, these lines where you're getting good lines maybe on a team they're 1-4 to the over 2 for their team total. Everything would say Dallas here. It really does. Everything says Dallas. I'm going to stay off it. I'm really back and forth between it. I've seen this Columbus team, and they're a scrappy team on the road. And big thing is when they're healthy too. They're only missing Goodbranson right now, and then Wood. Historically, the Blue Jackets are like one of the most injured teams in the league. So when they're healthy, they're a really fast team and tough to contain. And Dallas, it's just tough because they're coming off 2 losses, so they're going to really hone in here. So
look at this.
No play. What do you got?
Ron Crawford, Dallas 2-7 to the puck line at home last 9, and he likes Columbus plus 1.5. And to people who might thinking, well, maybe he's from Dallas, he has a bias, or he's something. No, Dallas was his play of the day last Tuesday against Minnesota, and that was another game that we were thinking about it. Of course, they rolled that one 5-2. Shout out to Ron Crawford for his play of the day winner with Dallas last week. Here they are in another spot that on paper looks good for them. No. Ron Crawford likes Columbus plus 1.5.
I'm in agreement here, kind of like with the Leafs and the Blue Jackets. I'm just looking at the lineups here, and they added Charlie Coyle, third line, Columbus. That's a good third line centerman to have there. A lot of experience to help this young team. And then on the other side here, they haven't really added too many players. Dallas, pretty much the same they've added in there, but I'm staying off this game. It can go a lot of different ways here. It's going to be a no play for me.
Irish King liking Dallas minus 2.5. Peanut liking Dallas minus 1. And I bet it. An Irish King liking first period minus 0.5 and the team total over. And Johnston anytime goal. And I will just take a shot with Dallas first period minus 151 money line. I'm going to take it. Again, makes me very nervous that Ron Crawford sitting here saying Columbus plus 1.5 is what he's liking.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was just going to say, and they're coming off a win here, 3-2 against Tampa Bay. They scored that goal in the third period to go ahead. Then the scheduling spot's kind of weird for the Blue Jackets. They're going to go back home Friday against Washington. Then they're going to go on the road to Pittsburgh on Saturday. So this is just a quick little road trip here because they had 3 games at home before this. And then you're playing a team in Dallas that they're playing pretty ticked off, I would think, after those, who they lose to here, St. Louis and Vancouver, allowing a lot of goals too.
Arsenal giving out, Resmov giving out Arsenal over 2.5. That's Champions League soccer. All right, I guess I will just stick with that. And Dallas can score. You got Merzlikins in goal. He should be vulnerable, right?
Yeah, and they've had bad special teams, the Blue Jackets.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to I'm also going to I hope this isn't doesn't come back to burn me, but I'm also going to take Dallas to score in the first period.
Yeah, I would almost team total over 2.5, maybe even on the Dallas Stars here. It might be juiced probably in one.
Huge. Yeah, I'm seeing it's like 3.5, slightly juiced to the over, even a 3.5. But I'm going to take Dallas to score and Dallas to win the first period money line minus 151. We'll see. Very, very interesting posts here regarding this game and the Toronto game from Ronnie Crawford, baby. JW likes Dallas money line and the over 6.5. All right, let's move on. The last game on the card, Colorado, Utah. This is a tough one, of course. Both these teams rolling, right? And there is some revenge because Utah lost their season opener at Colorado, and now they're going back into Utah. And Utah, Colorado has some horses, but so does Utah, right? They got Keller, they got Schmaltz, they got some horses too. And last year Utah was not good at home. That was their first year. Now maybe they'll be a little bit better. They're a decent sized dog here. I'll check to see where the line has moved. And the first game was 2-1, maybe an under again. Should be a tough game here. I don't know, man. I'm tempted to take Utah as a home dog here.
This is another tough game. These last few games, I had a tough time making a play with guys. Goaltending's very strong. Wedgwood's filled in for Blackwood, 93.58 save percentage, 5.17 goals saved above expected. So he's hitting way above the belt right now. He's going to come back down. There's no way he holds on to those numbers that long. Vijmelka there, Veggie, I call him, 91.14, 1.11 goals saved above expected. Both goalies have been decent. It's the start of a road trip after this for the Utah at Thursday, St. Louis, Minnesota, and Winnipeg. They got Carolina at home, Colorado due on Thursday. So this is a weird spot for this game. Everything tells me there should be goals in this game. But the last time they played, it was 2-1. I was going to take both teams to score in the first period here, Pete, but I got to see more of these two teams. I haven't got a lot of these these West Coast teams, so it's going to be a no play for me here. The line's, I would say, about right, to be honest. It's there's nothing I really found that stood out other than there could be goals in this game. Expected goals differential 5-on-5, 4.39 to 3.07. That is by far the highest between any of these games. Both these teams are pretty high offensively. That tells me that. Goaltending's been strong, though. It's a tough play, Pete. I got nothing on this last one, buddy.
Yeah, Ron Crawford pointing out, Utah 9-3 to the over last 12 as a home dog, but Colorado has really been playing strong defensively. Most of their games this year in the regular season so far have gone under, and the preseason as well. You know what I mean? It was clear that was what they were doing. And, when I was looking at Colorado, you don't want to put too much into preseason, but, you can easily, last year and other years, like, Colorado over 6.5, minus 120, fine, don't care. But I was looking at what they were doing in the preseason, and I was like, I'm gonna hold off or be leaning to unders, and that is how things have gone. Both of these teams have only had, I'm looking at this right now, one over all year long. Each one has had one over. Both of them are 1-5 or 1-6 over under so far on the year. So
great point.
I don't know. Yeah, and then you got the line. I was thinking maybe Utah, but small market move in favor of Colorado.
Exactly. And there's some injuries, even like Kiviranta, left wingers out. Sammy Girard's been out. O'Connor, right wingers out. They don't have their goalie. They're kind of just plug and placing. It looks like, but they've only allowed one goal. Other than that Dallas game, they've allowed only one goal this year. And like you said, they've had a really strong defensive campaign all season long. One thing to note too, whenever Colorado's at home, guys, third period teams usually get tired. Just that elevation comes into play. They're going to be on the road here in Utah. Hey, there's got to be, what's the elevation in Utah? Anyone from Utah? It's got to be something similar. No, I would imagine they play in elevation in Utah. I don't know. That's a good question. But
Gorky telling you it's Vemjelka.
Yeah, people at my job site tell me I'm saying it wrong too. But I butcher. I call him Rodriguez. I call him Rodriguez. It's Rodriguez or whatever. So
right.
You bear with me here, guys. But the goalie for Utah and Wedgwood here, both strong goaltending matchup. It's just it's tough. They've already played in the home opener too. I want to say there's going to be goals in this game, but I'm going to stay off it.
Gorky says, I am big on names. Well, if your name is Gorjan Ninkovsky, you would be. It's like me saying, like, I'm big on facial hair. Take a guess why, If I couldn't grow it, I probably wouldn't be. My name was Gorjan Ninkovsky. I'd be pretty fucking big on names too. All right. Peanut likes the Avs, -1, +160. Yeah, I mean, probably the way to play this game is take some big dog. I don't know. Yeah, if something's going to happen, it's probably going to be unexpected. One of these teams probably wins by
I think there's gonna be goals. I think you got two good teams. More I'm thinking about it, they're colliding here. I don't know how strong these goalies are gonna be. I think there's gonna be goals. I would lean more to the goals aspect here.
Worth it says, can we get an official birthday pick for either NHL or NBA games today? Yeah. If I was a nasty ballsy motherfucker, I'd give you Lakers money line, but I'm not. So I'm not going to do that. I think official play. Yeah. God, the Seattle team total under seems like very solid. if Ron Crawford came in and said Dallas is my play of the day, that would be my birthday pick. But no way with Ron Crawford with his opinions on Columbus and maybe Nashville. The more I think about it, Nashville's just yeah. All right, there you go. A little dog line. I'll give you that one. Nashville -1, about +120 or so. There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. Official birthday pick for you. Worth it. NHL. Anaheim has some talent, and Quenneville can be a magician. So, and they're coming off of 2 bad games, so that's tough to fade. But Saros and Nashville has some life to them right now, don't they? Don't they?
They do. They do. I think they do. If I'm having to give a play to guys, it'd be the Oilers. Oilers regulation +150. That's going against a lot of the grain here, but something's telling me Oilers are going to really get this one done, and it might be ugly for Ottawa.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he said, can we get an official birthday pick? Maybe he was asking you, not me. I don't know. But all right, that does it for NHL. Let's review our official plays. I got my official plays here. Hopefully it'll wind up being okay. Edmonton first period -119. There's market movement in the other direction. Probably that's full game though, but we'll see. Edmonton has fucking talent. They've lost 3 in a row. They should be able to come in here and get a first period win. I mean, come on.
Come on.
What the fuck is wrong with you? First period, Edmonton money line, right? San Jose goal in the first period, -129. I'm gonna shop around to get better. San Jose Isles first period over 1.5, -130. We'll see if I can get better. And I just wound up adding on the full game over 6, -130 on that one as well. Vancouver Pittsburgh first period under 1.5, +107. Seattle team total under 2.5, about -140 or so. Nashville -1 as a dog, about +120 or so. And I'm taking Dallas first period money line -151 and Dallas first period goal at about -200. Those are my official plays. Mr. Ghoster, tell us what your official plays have been.
All righty, guys, we're rocking and rolling with the Toronto Maple Leafs on the money line -115, Edmonton regulation +150, San Jose and the Islanders. We're going both teams to score in the first period and both teams to score 3 goals, +150, +170. Gotta love it. Washington team total over 2.5 and regulation -135. Florida Boston, no goal. First 9 minutes, 30 seconds, +110. And then the Kings and the Blues, look for goals again in this one, guys. +120. First period, both teams to score, +165. And then both teams to score +200 there, Pete.
That's awesome. And there you go. Timmy Two Shoes likes the Utah money line. We'll see I'm going to be very curious if there's late movement in either direction in that game, because as of right now, tiny move in favor of Colorado. But I'll be very interested to see if anything late comes in. Mr. Gokster, thanks so much. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see you then, guys. Be good.
All right. Now, all we got is college football, right? Jose Bouquett, are you there? Hey, Jose. I guess Jose's not there.
I'm here, Peter. How are you?
I'm good. And then we're done, right?
Yeah. You got it, Peter. You should trust yourself. You got this.
I'm just looking at some of these Switzerland lines. I don't. Let me just look at Swiss hockey starts in about 20 minutes. Let me just see if there's any movement.
Well, I know someone that will have opinions on any kind of sporting event.
Swiss hockey?
Maybe he might. You never know.
I love Gorky.
Macedonia's right there, right?
He's an extremely admirable person, but there's no way he's got opinion. If he has opinions on Swiss hockey, then he officially is top 3 of the human beings I know personally right now.
Well, let's bring him on. Let's bring him on here. Gorky, my man. Swiss hockey takes?
No.
Well, you're muted, Gorky.
Yeah. Sometimes oracles are muted. It happens to the best.
Davos money line, always.
Devils? Oh, Davos. My God.
You know the yellow team, Davos?
Of course.
Yes.
I actually bet that. It's moved a little bit in the opposite direction, though, now.
It's okay. They're a machine. They've been struggling, Pete. Now is the time to cash with them, brother.
Gorky. I thought for sure he doesn't have opinions. I was like, how do I know he doesn't have opinions on Swiss hockey? How do I extract comedy from this? But he does.
I follow it all, brother. I really do.
Shout out to Gorky. All right. Well, let's just quickly. I did take Davos. I got what I thought was a good line, but it looks like. But that's okay. Some of these late moves are not. I'm not fazed by them. Go ahead.
In the Czech Republic, play Kladno.
Oh, okay. Well, you mean tomorrow?
That's Jager's team.
You mean tomorrow?
Tomorrow, today, any day, Pete.
Okay, because there are Czech games today, and they were not playing. The Czech games are over though. But all right, let's just quickly glance at. We're losing viewers, but that's okay. We're going to glance at not that bad of a move. I did take Davos. I did take a shot with Lausanne minus. Whoa! And just as I said that, a massive move in favor of Davos. You're right. Wow.
They've been down for a couple of years, and they still make the playoffs and stuff, but they're not like the perennial champions anymore. But they're still really good.
Just as I was saying that, the screen kind of exploded in Davos' favor. Wow.
Yeah, well, you got in on it early, so
I did, and I got what I thought was a good line. Then it was a little bit worse. Now it looks like it's a very good line.
Now it's a great line. You beat the line, Pete.
Yes, I did. Well, these line moves are a lot. I also took a shot with Lausanne minus a half. Got a good line there, and I also took a shot with Fribourg.
That's Germany, right? Fribourg?
No, that's Swiss.
That's also Swiss? Okay.
HC Fribourg
Gotteron.
All right, we got to talk about football. We're hemorrhaging viewers here.
All right, football it is. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
You and I can put a European hockey show together and have 7 viewers at the beginning and build from there.
All right, to anyone who smashed the like button, if you want to take it back because of what we just spent like 6 minutes talking about Swiss hockey, that's understandable, and you are officially.
It felt like 3 seconds, but
maybe 3 seconds. All right, so we got 2 very, very interesting games tonight in college football. First one, Kennesaw, Florida International. Kennesaw off of long rest. Obviously, they're an impressive team this year. They are off a good win. That was a game where a lot of people were thinking that they were going to be outclassed by Western Kentucky, but they got some turnovers and they got a nice win there. And I'm not exactly sure. Kennesaw's quarterback supposedly banged up, but he didn't play in their Week 7 game against Louisiana Tech, and it didn't matter. FIU though is getting healthier though. They have some defensive guys so they probably going forward are going to be better, at least on defense, than what we've seen from them in recent weeks. And so this is tough. They had a good defense. They shut down a supposedly strong, high-powered offense against Western Kentucky in their last game. And they've got their quarterback Jenkins is back, so it's a tough one. Kennesaw is a very impressive team that I really, in general, don't feel comfortable fading in any spot. But FIU, I'd still take Kennesaw here, but I haven't bet it yet. What do you think, Gorky, if anything? Hey there, Gorky. Hey there, Gorky. Hey there, Gorky.
Gorky is still muted over there.
Okay. Sorry about that. That's
all right. We're hemorrhaging more viewers, but that's okay.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I can only see a world in which Kennesaw State wins this game.
Yeah.
I think they can win by margin. FIU never been a good football program, really. They're trying to get a lot of donors in there, and with all those the money coming in from the people that are not Miami fans, so to speak, because that's what FIU will get their money from. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's Kennesaw State or nothing. I have no action in this game for transparency, but I could only look at Kennesaw State.
And now Davos, the line crashed back down, Gorky. Wow. Weird, wacky stuff going on late, close to game time.
When is the game time, Pete?
It's in 12 minutes.
2 o'clock, 1:45?
Yep, 12 minutes. Okay. So this Kennesaw State line, it hasn't moved that much, right around 3. Total is still right around 49 or so. I think I'm going to have to, I don't know, maybe lean under just because Florida International, their defense should be improving.
But will it be improving enough? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why it's a stay off for me or Kennesaw State.
Yeah. For me, it was definitely Kennesaw State or nothing. But as far as an official play is concerned, I think I'm going to have to stay off. All right, next game we got is Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech. And, of course, both these teams to start the year were looking very good and looking like sort of like the class of the Conference USA. But in recent weeks, Western Kentucky has started to stumble a little. And then last week, of course, they had the big loss where they had a bunch of turnovers and everything. Louisiana Tech is off of long rest. Both these teams have some pretty key injuries, and particularly Louisiana Tech. Their starting quarterback, Blake Baker, is day-to-day. So I'm not sure if he's going to play, but he's definitely a little bit banged up. And Western Kentucky, they've got some offensive linemen who are out. They're a wide receiver and a tight end are out. So they've got a bunch of offensive guys who are out. Louisiana Tech is about a 3.5-point favorite here, again, off of long rest. And, it wouldn't be a surprise at all if Western Kentucky suddenly turns it around and unexpectedly has the kind of explosive offense that they've had this year and that people were expecting from them. But I'm thinking that maybe a lean to the under, and I'm really not sure which team is more likely to bounce back here, Louisiana Tech or Western Kentucky. Maybe I'd be leaning under. What do you think, Gorky?
Well, that's why, Pete, I took the Western Kentucky team total over 25.5 at plus 125. And I took that, and I intend on it to cash, especially coming off of last week where Western Kentucky was more than humbled. And I believe their offense is good enough to go up and down the field. And I feel confident in the quarterback play, and we'll just go from there. Whoever catches the ball, catches the ball. Let's go. Next man up.
And just so you know, Gorky, now the Davos line exploded back up. So
there you go.
Some weird movement here in this game. And Nutflush 16 says team total over Louisiana Tech in the next game. I assume he means this game. You mean this game? See,
yeah, he does. Yeah. He said it early. That's
when you got two oracles at once, everything can get very confusing. We got
he said it early. He must have said it early.
We got an oracle in the comment. I'm talking to an oracle on screen. It's pretty confusing. All right. So he said this game then.
Yeah, this game now.
Wow. Yeah. So I assume that he thinks that Louisiana Tech's quarterback will be okay, or that the replacements will be fine. So yeah, Louisiana Tech, the line has dropped to 3.
It is a Thursday game, Pete. So if he's at all nicked up, that guy, I would suggest him stay off. Now that may have something to do with me wanting advantageous field position for Western Kentucky, but it is what it is.
Yeah. JW asking, is Baker starting for Louisiana Tech? I don't know. I was reading that
we won't find they don't give you actual injury reports for college, and you guys know this by now. So
I mean, I have day to day, so we'll see. So you took the Western Kentucky team total over, right?
Yes, I did. I believe I posted it at plus 125 on Twitter.
All right.
135 maybe. Yeah.
I was leaning Western Kentucky. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to just take Western Kentucky first half. Let me see where the market is here. Let me see. First half handicap first. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's full game is like 3. The first half here is like 2.5. That's interesting. So maybe Western Kentucky full game.
Let me get there.
Is the better way to go here. I'll make it a play though. I'll take it full game. I was leaning Western Kentucky. It's just going to be a small, modest bet for me, but I will make it. I'll make it official. I mean, this game does feel like it's going to be close. Could easily go down to the wire. I'll take Western Kentucky. I'll go back to plus 3.5, minus 123. So I'll take that one. Western Kentucky plus 3.5, minus 123. Louisiana Tech, an impressive team off of long rest, but Western Kentucky's off a bad loss. Not sure, but then again, Nutflush Allen likes.
You know what? You know why I took the team total over instead of the game, Pete? I don't trust the Western Kentucky defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, as well you shouldn't. Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to kind of have action only based on offensive football from the one side. So that's why.
Yeah. I am leaning Western Kentucky. My mind was, my gut, my heart, my body was telling me take Kennesaw, but now, just looking at everything, I feel very nervous about that. And as far as the totals in both of these games, really don't know what to think about the Kennesaw State. This game, I do have a very, very, very tiny lean to the under, but we got, everything's all over the place. We got Nutflush Allen saying Louisiana Tech team total over, and here he is saying, Pete, you remember Jacksonville State team total over last week?
Well,
look.
Both team total overs, I believe, are at plus money. So the either way you go, I think you have a really good chance of having a chance to cash, if not cash both of them, because both of these defenses are absolute dumpster fires.
Yeah. But JW says under 50.5. They both suck. It's Conference USA.
Yeah. But that means also high scoring football, though. Conference USA, blah, blah, blah.
Jason Meyer asking the money in the Louisiana Tech game. I don't look too closely at the money. I think that, we can definitely, there's obviously been a market move recently, a small one to Western Kentucky, right? It was 3.5. Now it's 3. Yeah. Yes, I was, my mind was telling me no on Florida International, but my body was telling me yes.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's the opposite. My body was telling me Kennesaw State. My mind was telling me Florida International.
Tom Herman was also fired from Florida International, so yeah.
All right,
that's okay. Move on.
Jason Meyer says Louisiana Tech more of a public favorite than Western from the last 15 years or so. No idea on this one either. I am going to take a shot with Western Kentucky plus 3.5. And a lot of uncertainty in the comments section. Your Talk Sports with JT says lean Western Kentucky plus 3.5, but Nutflush 16's team total pick. Those are not locks, but pay close attention when you see Nutflush 16. Give a team total opinion or pick in the comments section, and he likes Louisiana Tech team total over in this one, going directly against anyone.
Okay, they're both plus money, so let's both cash Nutflush,
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to stick with my one play, and I guess maybe the over is the way to go, but a lot of people liking the under, respecting it. Shout out to Leonard Porsche. Yeah, he said just popped in. I see Nutflush posting a team total over.
What does Jose Bouquett say about this one? Let's ask him.
Let's get Jose Bouquett in here.
I don't have any opinions. I've been sick all day, so I haven't looked. So I'm listening to you guys.
Okay, all right.
Man, again, all right. I'm making Western Kentucky plus the points official, going back to 3.5 minus 123. Nutflush Allen, though, liking the Louisiana Tech team total over again. A lot of other people liking the under, though. Didn't really see anyone in the comment section coming out and saying they like Louisiana Tech money line or spread, though. Haven't seen that. But we do have Nutflush 16, Louisiana Tech team total over.
This is the kind of
that he has a slight lean to Louisiana Tech's side and the over.
What's the number? What's the number, Pete?
For Louisiana Tech, yes. Let's look at this. 26.5.
No. What's the number on the total of the whole game?
Yeah. Oh, it was like 50. Now it's 50. It's 50.
Okay. So at 50, I'm taking both teams to go over if I'm betting person. This game gets into the 60s, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Yeah.
The 60s.
Yeah. Wow. 33-30 or something like that,
Yeah. All right. We'll see. Well, hopefully, if it's 33-30 either way, I'll cash my my bet. JW though under 50.5. They both suck. It's Conference USA. And now we have just a few other opinions from Gorky here. Last week, of course, Gorky gave us BYU over Utah, and that was I'm sorry.
Yes, sir, I did.
Yes. So for everyone wondering, wow, what an interesting game. I wonder who knew. Gorky was one of them. He gave us BYU, and there were some strong opinions on the other side. There were some Utah Rolls sides opinions in the comment section from some heavy hitters in the comment section. But Gorky stuck to his guns, BYU, and of course they cashed. And now they're still undefeated. Now they're going on the road against Iowa State, who's off of a bye and 2 straight road losses. So you got BYU off a great home win, undefeated as a small road dog at Iowa State, off a bye and 2 straight road losses. And Gorky likes this game. He has an opinion. What do you like here, Gorky?
You want to go first, Pete? Because I want to close out with my opinion. What's your view on it?
My opinion is whatever Gorky says is probably right. That's my opinion on this.
Okay, all right.
I guess I would be looking at this and thinking, obviously Iowa State is the side.
Is it?
I don't know.
All right. Guys, I'm gonna go right back to the more mature team. You know, these kids are 27, 28 years old at BYU, playing college football in their sophomore seasons, and it's legit. And Kalani Sitake has a good culture there. He knows how to rally teams, and I think they go into Ames here and they get the win.
Really?
For me on the money line plus 105. For you guys can do with it what you will. I understand the Iowa spot love type thing because it is an Iowa spot because they are coming home off of 2 losses, this and that. But I also think that Iowa has to go shot for shot with this team, and these guys, BYU, will know how to slow them down, and that does not favor Iowa. Iowa wants to play offensive football. They are kind of small in the trenches. And I just think for me this is a BYU value play.
Yeah, it's I mean, and here you go. You're going up against the Ron Crawford play of the day.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
That's okay. There's going to be a lot of action on Iowa State. I understand it.
Cyclones money line. I mean, obviously you've got an undefeated team now going on the road against, and it is regardless of whether you buy or sell Iowa State this week, you're buying or selling them low, right? Because they're off of 2 straight road losses, and now they've got just like you got an undefeated team going. BYU normally great at home, more questionable on the road. Going on the road against a team that is pretty good this year and off a bye. But then in light of all that, then I guess the line of 2.5 does seem suspiciously a little bit low, right?
Look, for me, also, Pete, with 2 losses in a Big 12, you are already out of it. Mm-hmm. Like for me, because you have to be absolutely perfect and then be at the mercy of somebody grading the Colorado, that happening there, and what happens there. Iowa State, probably their season is already over. Mm-hmm. in terms of being in the race for the actual postseason and actually games that matter in December and January. They're gonna go to like the Gator Bowl or something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meantime, Ron Crawford like Swiss hockey Zug plus 1.5. I took Freeborg -0.5. I think I got a decent line. I got
Freeborg for me.
I got -120 on Freeborg to win in regulation. So we'll see if Freeborg wins by 1. Me and Ron Crawford will both cash. Here we go. Res Mob says BYU first quarter auto bet. Wow. Grant Clarkson says could be an under. It's BYU. It's just that Iowa State has this reputation. It's just Iowa State is like much better offensively this year.
Look, BYU wants to play unders. That's the case. But with Bachmeier, that kid, he's a freshman, but he does not have the mentality of a freshman. He's actually very mature with the ball. He's actually making very little mistakes, very little risk. His risk management in terms of being a game manager is tremendous. But on his day, anybody is liable to have a bad day. But for me, BYU is the team with the carrot dangling in front of them in terms of taking a stranglehold of this conference and probably going to the playoffs from this conference. So it's BYU from now until the end of the year.
Okay. Wow. There you go. And Steve G like an EV Zug likes it, Ron. Okay, King Al says, Loshak, what's your best bet on the whole card? Oh, geez, I don't know.
Zoop.
Well, while I think about that, Gorky also has a 3-team parlay that he wants to hit us up with. What's up with that, Gorky? Tell us about that.
Okay, Alabama, Texas A&M, and what was my third one? Alabama, Texas A&M, and
probably Utah.
Which one? Utah
or Colorado, but I'm guessing it's Utah.
Utah, yes. On the money line, plus 102, take it to the bank. That's going to be the casher for sure. I just think that Texas A&M has everything to play for again. Wow. And but all these teams for me with this expansion stuff, when you get 7 games deep and you're still undefeated, you have everything to play for. Yes, you can afford to lose, but you shouldn't want to, because that's football. Let's get as many wins in a row as we can. Let's get 16 wins in a row if we can, and just run the place.
Yeah. Look, I was on Vandy last week against LSU. I think Vandy continues to be a little bit undervalued and underrated, and LSU's good.
Vanderbilt was always going to be the play with Diego Pavia. That kid is a winner, bro.
Yeah. Now, though, you got Texas A&M still undefeated after the Arkansas, which they beat Arkansas, but they lost ATS, and I also had Arkansas plus 7.5 in that one. I definitely haven't bet this one, but I don't know, man. How many times has LSU been a home dog?
And
rarely.
LSU just doesn't. LSU needs that energy that came from their former head coach. Mm-hmm. Brian Kelly is just Brian Kelly. Let's go. Let's get paid. Let's act like something that we're not. Like, you remember his introductory press conference with his accent from the when he came from Notre Dame to Louisiana State University. So yeah, the guy, kids read through that, especially kids, because like they don't care about what you've done before. They're like, show me now, teach me.
Peanut says Sharks to score a goal in the first period. Yeah, that was one of my official plays. Maybe King Al, maybe that's my best bet.
Yeah.
Sharks to score a goal in the first period, and if your book doesn't offer that, then just the first
Alabama is pretty self-explanatory. I think they can win by as many as they choose. I'm not going to jump out the window and say 50, 60 points, but if they choose to, they can put up as many as they want.
Yeah, how big of a favorite are they in that one?
I think like 13.5, 14.
Yeah. Oh, it's down to 11.5. 11.5. About a minus 500 or a little higher money line. Yeah, South Carolina. That was.
And also, just to touch on the Utah spot, I think Utah comes out angry because everybody was on Utah last week. And even Utah themselves, they never saw that coming. They always thought that Devin Dampier could lead them back, but that defense was too much. And we're going back to the well with the great defense.
Yeah. Grant Clark says Gorky dialed in on everything. Wager Detective likes LSU plus 2.5. Ron Crawford, LSU at night, home dog wearing white. No brainer. Kong's Clip says, I think you're going to get the best Iowa State team in this game. I would only lean Iowa State, but can't do it. Grant Clarkson saying, getting Cheech and Chong vibes in here. Yeah, but man. Hey, his name Ralph, man.
Hold on. With all due respect, if you are telling me that you are gonna get the best Iowa State team and you can't do it, that's giving me second thoughts. That you kind of you are afraid, and I don't blame you because yeah, for reasons that I talked about earlier in the stream. Let's go.
Grant Clarkson saying that you're a little Chong-esque, which I do see. I don't know if you could maybe work on a Chong impression, Gorky. That's possible. We'll talk about it.
Maybe for
Hey man,
maybe
I really like that.
give me a month time. Give me a month. Let me get that down.
Yeah, I like that. I like that song
Because I can do Cheech.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Wow. Okay. What a great show. What a great show. Gorky really, really going out on a limb here saying BYU again. BYU again. And
I like undefeated teams, Pete, especially this late in the year. And if they are undefeated, stay undefeated until next week.
Gorky takes some opinions, man. Taking a road favorite at LSU.
Hey, what about them Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, man?
Oh my God! Yes, anyone who didn't catch the show last week, if you thought Duke was a good bet last week, I feel you. It feels like wasn't Duke off a bye last week or
yeah?
Yes, same shit. Duke was off a bye last week, same kind of line, right? Duke was a small favorite. If you thought Duke was a good bet, I don't blame you, son. Gorky singled out that game, said Georgia Tech is the play, and I'll be damned. He was right on that one.
Guys,
right on BYU.
Not to put myself on a pedestal or nothing, but just for full transparency, good and bad. Last week was the week of my life in college football.
Okay,
I went 4-0.
Wow.
On 7 plays because the parlay was a 3-teamer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, last week, very, very similar. Now I'm remembering it. Same line, a home team off a bye, small favorite, which did seem a little bit suspicious. And we talked about it then. We were like a home team off a bye that's good.
The home team is always going to be the favorite in a case like that, where the team is like, they are similar, but
And they're also similar to Iowa State. They're not like South Carolina, for example, where you're like, oh, they just suck. They're putting up points, have some life to them. But Gorky nailed it with Georgia Tech, feeling the same way about BYU here, and road favorite at LSU, no problem if the situation is right, and that's what Gorky thinks about.
If I'm honest, Pete, I feel stronger about BYU in this spot because of the fact that their coaching staff is more experienced and proven as compared to Georgia Tech. Like Georgia Tech is doing great things now under Brent Key, but they have not done this well before last year. Like no one knew Georgia Tech going into Ireland last year and that Clemson game where they absolutely took their souls.
There you go, Mally Mal saying BYU undefeated. Ride the wheels till the wheels fall off.
Exactly.
Wow. All right.
They're a mature team. Like they're literally 27-year-olds. In their junior years. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one. And Grant Clarkson with a great way to wrap up the show. Loved hanging out. Thanks for all the hard work and time you guys put in. All right, Gorky, thanks so much. That was great. We'll see you next week. All right,
all right, fellas, we'll see you next week. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to everything Pub Sports Radio and follow all these great handicappers. Let's get it.
Absolutely. All right, Jose Bouquett, just come back in here for a second if you don't mind, baby.
Hello, Peter.
All right, you feeling better? You were sick?
Yeah, I am sick. Yeah, I had a lovely walk with my dog this morning. We threw up a few times. Luckily, no one was there to see it. No one was there to see it. I hope someone enjoys finding my puke later on today. But it was a good day. Good show.
Jose, just a trooper. Doesn't put himself on a pedestal. We got to make a pedestal with you and Gorky on it. We're gonna make a pedestal with you and Gorky on it. And
well, Pete, I hope you build one for yourself because you had a pretty good day yesterday, or not yesterday, but last week, huh?
And in the meantime, looking at this, all right, Fribourg's up 1-0 on Zug. We'll see how that turns out. Davos scoreless still in the first period. So I can't believe I just like dropped. Let's see what Corky has to say about Swiss hockey. Bam. No hesitation. No pause. Nothing. Bam. Starts right in with the opinions and analysis.
Yeah, well, whatever you need, he's got.
Whatever you need, he's got it. What a great show. What an enjoyable show. Hopefully the picks come out positive. Man, a lot of Ron Crawford and Nutflush Allen opinions coming in and shaking things up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I probably would have had some New Jersey stuff if I
Ron
didn't see Ron Crawford with the Toronto. Nutflush Allen coming in with some team total opinions. Look at that. Now we want to see Louisiana Tech team total over from Nutflush Allen. Is that going to cash? Toronto play of the day in the NHL. The more I think about it, I think he's probably right there. And Columbus plus 1.5 against Dallas. Man, if that one cashes, that'll just be another feather in his cap, right? Jose Bouquett.
Yeah, that hat is
All
full
right.
of feathers. He's looking like a peacock.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see y'all next week.